please. Can somebody, can everybody please mute? Pausita, can we mute everybody? Can you do a mute for me, please? Thank you so much. Okay. So we're going to share some information. I invite you to open your heart, to open your mind to this, to evaluate it if it's something that, of course, aligns to your beliefs, aligns to how you feel about this. Embrace it, and if not, that's perfectly fine. It's just for us, for my husband and I, it really changed us, and it really changed the way that you're starting to look at money, and also the way that we're starting to receiving money. I said yesterday that money is our birth. I don't know how to say it. Birthright. It is. Our right is to be rich. We have the right to be rich in any way. Well, let me just ask Tracy. Honey, can you kindly mute? I think it's Tracy there. Thank you. We have the right to be rich. And the thing about what we are not is because all the things that we believe about money, and I really want to talk to you, and it's definitely not only one little thing that we do. It's a bunch of things that we do, and of course one training is not going to be enough. Paul and I have been studying really money for many years, and working ourselves in reconciling with our beliefs, in recognizing how we were seeded with some ideas that were not ours, and we didn't have any choice, but they were given to us by the people that did the best they could. Remember, we learned everything, most of the things, right? We learned our religion, we learned our political party, everything, most of the things, most of them are given to us by somebody, and we learn it from them, and then we can realize if we like it or not. But most of those values, most of the strong values and thoughts that shape our minds and our lives are given to us by somebody else, right? By our culture, whatever the culture is that we live. And really money and is something, sadly, that is, it has a lot of lacking mentality, and it has passed for generations about how hard is and how hard it is to have it, of how bad is the people that have it. Anyway, there's a lot of things that we have to shake and say, okay, those beliefs serve me or not. But we're going to talk about how we decode our financial dynamics. And I'm going to tell you, when we're little, when we're from since we're born to 3 years old, is when we absorb more of the things that we're going to really learn in our lives. It's incredible. From 0 to 3, we're just absorbing and learning. It's unbelievable. And we learn through our senses, right? You learn life, you see life through your senses, what you see, what you hear, what you can touch, with everything that is our senses, what you eat. So what I'm talking about is we really have to relearn about money. I'm talking about since the very beginning, right? We have a very important meditation that we say, I want you to we're not going to make it right now, when we're planning to go to Arizona. We want to go to other places to work with our teams soon, and we're going to have a training, and I'm going to invite you to do that meditation. But what we do is we close our eyes, and then we start thinking and remembering, and I'm going to ask you to remember, what do you see when you were little about money, right? What was your experience when you were a kid about money? What did you see? What can you remember that you heard about money? It was, did you hear good things? Do you hear phrases of lacking? We don't have money. Money is so hard. The money doesn't grow in trees. I don't know if you heard that one, but it's so difficult and blah blah blah. What did you see? Did you see abundance where you live? Did you see people spending money? What was your experience, right? How did you connect it with money? And all that, believe it or not, and wanting or not, is going to really, really shape how our life and our relationship is going to be. It's like in our kids. Our kids don't do what we tell them. We do what we do, right? This is the way that we teach and that we learn. So, I was remembering one time that I was in this grocery store, and this woman was walking with a kid, in these little cars that you set, see the kid there and you walk in. And I don't know what the kid asked for, and the little boy, and she starts saying to him, he says, "Stop, we don't have money. I told you, we're poor. You understand? We don't have the money. Understand? Don't ask me anymore. We don't have the money. Would you please stop asking?" And I was really thinking, how many times we hear that, right? I'm sure that was not, you have your experiences, or maybe experiences, things like that. I've seen experiences like that. And when I think about this boy, I can imagine that little boy, maybe when he's 20 or 30 or 40, he probably want to be rich. He wants to grow, he wants to have a lot of money. But guess what? He wants to do that, but he's programmed not to do it. Because it doesn't matter what we want, it matters what we are programmed to. I don't know if you heard this, and it's in the program. It's like we're computers. We are like, it's not that we're computers, but we only develop and we only interact with the world with 5% at the maximum. 5%. Scientists says is less. I'm a psychologist, by the way. Besides that, I have studied I was a psychologist. You related as a psychologist. Now I'm a proud network marketer. So I know a little bit about that. But it's really, we only interact with at maximum 5% of our conscious mind, and everything else is really subconscious mind. It's really what is stuck in our mind. That's what we're going to reproduce. So that kid, if he didn't realize that was in his mind, if he didn't take the time to say, hold on a second, I'm not having money, I'm having troubles getting money, or if I get money, my money goes away. I really, my financials are terrible. I need to know what happened. I really need to know what is, not that I'm doing wrong, but what I'm really programming in my life. What am I creating in my life? Because I'm going to create what I believe I deserve and I can have. And this is something that it's hard, I know, and I invite you with all my heart and life. Like, if you do this work, it's going to be amazing and it's going to be so powerful. But the first thing that we have to do is to see where we are about money, right? Like I mentioned yesterday, the only way that we're going to realize where we are about money, and the only way that we're going to do it, is to see how's your bank account, what's your relationship with money. Where's your bank account? How is that? Are you happy with that? And I'm not talking about millions of dollars, okay? I'm talking about whatever you want to make, whatever is going to make you feel good. Because a lot of money for me is not the same than for, I don't know, I don't even want to say names, but for, a big person that has a lot of, I'm a trillionaire, right? For a lot of money for one person that lives in a very poor place and has nothing to eat and is really struggling, what is for that person a lot of money? What I'm talking about money is what makes you comfortable, what makes you not to worry, what makes you to be able to give the people you love a good life, and be okay. And be okay with that, because there's other sides, right? These people that never is going to be enough. And that's something very difficult, because, and I think that's even worse, because those are poor people, but they only have money. So we're going to talk about right now, I really am connecting to money. And I want to share with you the importance to understand what abundance is and how we're going to be able to transform it. How are we able to navigate looking and seeing and expecting abundance in everywhere? Because abundance, it's money, of course, but it's other things that are there that are abundance too. And if I'm not capable to see those, I won't be able to see abundance in money. So no amount of money is going to be good for me. But the first thing we have to understand is how was our lives. And I ask you, I invite you to, whenever you have time, to think how was how was your interaction with the money when you were a kid, and also how do you do that now. And when I say the financial dynamics, and I'm talking about, for example, how do you pay bills, right? Money is an energy, that's what it is. Everything is energy. I don't think that I'm like, oh, which I am, by the way. I meditate and I love it, but it is. Everything is energy. It's just a different, composition of it. But energy, money is good or bad. It's the same as a knife. Is a knife good or is a knife is bad, depending how you see it and how you use it. But how is your interaction with money and your dynamics when you have money? What do you say? For example, one that is very important is how you pay the bills. And I'm talking like saying, when you pay a bill, when you pay your rent, when you pay your car loan, when you pay groceries, whatever, the school, whatever you have to pay, whatever. How do you feel when you pay that? How do you feel when you make a payment? And I'm going to tell you something that, to me was like, wow, a huge transformation. And I actually experienced it because I used to pay the bills like, oh, I have to pay the school of the kids. Oh, I have to pay the rent or whatever. So imagine how my energy is going out through money, right? And if I feeling frustrated, do you think money is going to stay there? So when I learned to pay my bills in a grateful mood, in saying thank you, oh, thank you for this, I'm happy, right? Thank you, I want to pay the rent, and even though, maybe I might be short right now on money, doesn't mean this is a temporary stage, but guess what? I was able to live in this house, and I'm grateful for that. And here it is. Thank you. Thank you. I give it to you because I give you whatever, a school, or I give you, I want to pay the water. I pay the water. Thank you, water company, because I receive the water that allow me to live. So I think about what I got and I'm getting in return. So when I do that action, imagine the energy that creates with that. Because I'm going to tell you also, whatever we don't give, we don't get back. Actually, life gives us exactly what we give to life in every way. There are no shortcuts. They are not shortcuts. If I give something, if I'm an abundant person, I'm going to receive abundant back. But I cannot expect life to give me incredible opportunities, give me huge teams, give me, I don't know, all the blessings and all the things and all the money back, and I'm not giving, right? So it might give you money, but that's all. How many people are very rich and very, very sad, very sick, very, we're talking about the abundance. When we are abundant and when we give with love, when we with gratefulness, when we give happy, here, I'm going to give it because I know that whatever I give, and we're talking about money right now, but anything that we give, we're going to get it back. Exactly the same amount. Life doesn't give us what we want. Life gives us what we are. This is very good, very important to understand. If I am a person that I'm lacking in my mind, that I don't share, whatever I am, I'm negative, don't share, don't give, don't want to participate, want to get everything without doing it. Do you really think that I can ask that life is going to give me. That energetically is impossible. That's what I asked you to when when we started. I said you can, I believe that. I truly believe. I truly believe that there's no shortcuts. I truly believe that the life is in a perfect equilibrium. And if I understand that I have the right to be rich in every way, that's what life is going to give me. And it's going to put me in the right place with the right people for us to create that together. And that's what I'm going to receive. But I want to ask you, what are your interactions when you are with money? What are your dynamics? Oh my God, I did talk, and I forgot to change my slides. I apologize. Oh, I can't. There. Transformative shift rewiring your financial outlook. It's also very important how we talk about the money. And please, I'm gonna invite you to the next week, if you can, write every time or put a little dot or whatever you want to do, every time you complain about money. And I promise you, you won't believe how many times subconsciously or consciously, whatever it is, we complain. And I'm not talking about what we say it, which is very important, but also what we think. But I'm going to tell you what I believe happens is, remember, if I have a thought, I'm going to create an emotion. And emotion is energy in motion, right? That's exactly what it is. So if I'm thinking, oh, I don't have money, oh, I have to pay this, and I don't have the money, I'm sure. What do you think that this is creating? What emotion is creating in me? So that emotion and that thought, that's what we create our lives. I'm telling you, I really hope that I can share the importance for you about how this changed our life. When we understood that we are capable 100% to create what we attract in our lives. When we understood that everything that we have at this point or not have in every single aspect of my life is something that I have created consciously or subconsciously. Money doesn't like victims, and I'm talking about victims, the people that when they stay, oh, I don't have money because the economy, I don't have money because the president, I don't have money because my mother-in-law, I don't have money because the bank rates, I don't have money. It is very easy, and also it's quite, a lot more comfortable to say that. But the truth is that yes, they have been. We at the beginning. We are a consequence of what we were taught, and it's truth. We have most of our thoughts were in place to us. They were given to us, but we have the chance and the decision to change them. I think it was Bill Gates. I don't know who was, but I think it was Bill Gates that says it's not your fault if you were born poor, but it is if you die poor. And it is true. I mean, we're born where we're born. Sometimes the people that raised us, they were born, where they were born, and they were taught whatever they did, and they did the best they could. That's it. Let's not blame. Oh yeah, my mom told me that. We all do the best we can, especially if you are a parent. If we're parents, that we have done the best we can, and sometimes it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Like 20 years ago, I'm sure everybody feels that, especially if you're older, that you would be a better parent. But the thing is that everybody does it the best they can. But it's in a moment of life that we can decide if what that information was working or not. And then we have to listen to ourselves. We have to identify the information, then we have to listen to ourselves, and we have to listen to what we talk and what we say and what we create. I was reading an amazing book. Actually, I'm going to see if I can share it. Is actually this gentleman that they told me that he lives in Arizona, which it's the supernatural. It's just so amazing book that I was reading it yesterday, and one of the things that becoming supernatural. Sorry, that's the one of the things that I was reading. It just really, I really like that part. Is that he was saying, which I totally agree, and I heard it, and you heard it thousands of times. We create our own lives, but the problem is that every morning we don't create the future; we create the past. Because when we wake up, what's the first thing that we think? Oh, yesterday, this is I have to do. So we're creating the future based on our past emotions, our past thoughts, our past circumstances. So we're just repeating the past into the future. How interesting is that? So when we realize that, I really want to invite you to, first of all, listen to what we say, recognize our thoughts. That's one of the worst, most difficult things to do, because our thoughts are our thoughts. And how many times you have say, oh, I don't want to think this anymore. I have to really sit down and move myself from here, because where I'm right now, I'm just being negative. I'm everything that I see around. I hate the world. Everything just sucks, basically. How many times we have done that? But if we are able to understand our thoughts and transform it, and says, okay, I'm thinking lacking here. And this is a beautiful exercise. Why don't I think what I'm grateful, and I think abundance, and I think what it does, what is actually working. Not what I don't have, but what I have. And that's the right of the beginning of attracting more things. Our mind, what things that we say. You think somebody say, we hear it all the time. How you doing? Working very hard. That's good. I mean, you can work very hard. I work very hard. I like it. I really enjoy what I do, but I love it. It's people that, is working very hard, and they don't have the time to spend with their families. Everything that you say has to match your energy. Everything that you say, it has to match the energy that you want to feel. If it doesn't match your energy, how can I change that? If I feel very bad, very sad, very down, what can I say that is how would I like to feel? I want to feel good, abundant, everything is okay. So what do I have to say to that? Remember, words also have energy. How we express ourselves about abundance. And now, what do you believe about the money? And this is very important. Do you really, look at this. First of all, are you able to see yourself rich? Because we're going to talk about beliefs and attitudes, of course, and, the mindset and the words and all that. But I would like to go a little bit deeper to that and ask you, can you actually see yourself, visualize yourself being financial free? Rich, whatever rich means to you. But the really thing is financially free, in a sense that say, I don't have to worry for money. I can go to the store and buy whatever I want. I want to go to Cancun tomorrow. I can just go. Can I go? I can do whatever I want to do, because I don't have to be counting if I have money left or not. But my question, and I want you to ask that to yourself, because that's the first thing for transforming. Sometimes we want money and we want to be rich, but we can see us that way. So we cannot transform anything that we cannot see. So my question is, can you see yourself financially free? And if you can, I'm going to invite you to start visualizing that. We're going to do another meditation. I love meditations. I've been meditating all my life. I really feel that I'm a much better person when I meditate. I'm a lot friendlier. My kids really appreciate it. My husband, trust me, he does. But it has given me peace. It has given me a direction. It has really guided my meditation. It's when I find myself and I really see what I can get. And one of the meditations that I want to share with you when we go there, it's just to visualize yourself, but you can do it before. Is I want to visualize myself. How would I look if I was financially free? How would you dress? I don't want you to just see, I see that I can do everything. No. Really look at the details. you have no idea how powerful is the visualization. But I'm not talking, I mean, it's good, the board, and you put your, look at that, right? I mean, I'm going to put the board, and I'm going to put all the stuff. It's okay to do that. I mean, it's a good tool to do, but it misses a lot of steps, because I have to vibrate the same. I cannot ask for abundance if I'm a lacking person. I don't have, you put in your board, and you put, the beautiful house and the beautiful things, but we have to raise our energy to that. Everything is energy. You see it. When you see a person that is abundant, that is full, you wanna you wanna hold it. It's like, oh my God, I don't know, I just like that person, and this person that's gonna give you, it's gonna give you energy. It's gonna, it has their struggles, but it's gonna give you. But that doesn't come alone. Not one person you can just say, come and, hey, I'm super vibrating. No, we have to actually work on it. The other way around is called ego. The truth is, we have to build who we are in every way to attract better things. That's exactly why network marketing is magic, because network marketing allowed us that the more that we grow, the more that our check grows, and the more that we grow in every way, the money becomes, again, I hate that word because I can't say it right, but it's inevitable. That's what happens. If I do everything vibrating in love and peace and abundance, and I help and I give and I participate and I do, of course life is going to give me that back. Absolutely. But I have to believe, first of all, that I deserve to be rich, to be loved, to be abundant, to be beautiful, to be everything, to have a fulfilled life. I deserve that, because whatever your beliefs are, if you have any religious belief, great. If you believe in science, whatever, we are great. We're greatness. You want to put the beliefs in anything that's for you works is magnificent, but we are. I believe that we're God's creation by itself. Nobody has to believe that. And I really believe that I'm perfect. We are not, all of us, with our struggles. I don't mean that I'm a perfect person. I have struggles. I have a lot of work to do. You can ask my husband. He can testify for that. My kids, of course. We have a lot to do, but we deserve everything because we're trying. Because we're trying to get better. What worked really for me is when I start believing that I really, really was worth a beautiful life. And in that moment, I start documenting myself. I start changing in me. I start forgiving myself. I start forgiving the people that hurt me. I start cleaning myself of all this bullshit that that was really making me sad and angry and negative and all that, and very terrible. I start forgiving myself, everybody. I start creating my life, and choosing my thoughts, choosing my emotions. Really, choose your emotion is an acting of love. I want to choose how I want to feel. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel, like threatened. I want to feel good. I want to feel that I'm doing. And the only way, I'm telling you, that the best way to do it is when you're in service. The abundance comes when we are in service, and money comes like that when we really are in service. I have seen abundance, right? I have seen so many cases of people that they want a shortcut. Okay, I'm going to give little, but I want to receive a lot. Never happens. Energetically cannot happen. So what are attitudes about money? I have people that never pay, I'm gonna tell you, I have people that never pay a bill in their lives. They pay me. Actually, no, I have people that never tip. I have seen people that never tip. I have seen people, like, you cannot ask life to give you. What are my beliefs? Of course, money has to circulate. When we understand that, it's just so amazing. And if we pay any bill, it has to be paid in gratefulness. Now, the energy. For me, it's everything energy. And I think I spoke about that just now. I cannot ask life to give me, uh, you know, all the goodies if I'm not giving it, if I don't believe it. If I don't believe it, first of all, if I don't believe that I deserve it, how am I going to attract it? I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about, we always going to attract in our lives what we don't understand. Okay, if there's something that is happening and we haven't understood that, is no way that we're going to change it. I mentioned I'm a psychologist, and I used to see people that we were counseling, and we have cases, and I remember cases of these women that one case in particular, she came to see me and she says, I got to talk to you because, well, she came for the sessions and whatever. And she says, um, I've been married three times. That's her story. My first husband was an alcoholic. My second husband was an alcoholic. And then I didn't marry for a long time. And then I finally found the man of my life. He was not a drinker. He was perfect. He was funny. He was great. And I married him. And guess what? After 3 years, guess what? He was an alcoholic. And then, we went to see why that she was repeating the same patterns in her lives. And we went, really back in her childhood, and we understood what her parents and her relationship with alcohol was at that time, and that he had not processed that. So when we don't understand something, life is going to make sure that it puts it in front of us again. You can give it whatever interpretation you like, psychological, religious, whatever you choose. The truth is, we repeat the patterns that we don't understand. If we don't understand that for whatever reason money was in certain way and why it was like that, we're going to repeat the same patterns of poverty over and over. So I'm telling you, the only way that we can change that is to work in, first of all, understanding and changing that. But that's why when we do the exercises, when you remember on your childhood, what were you feeling, what were you seeing, how were you feeling when you talk about money? Was there tension in your house? Was it happy? Was everybody fighting? How was it when you were exposed to money? And then when we understand that, is okay, that vibration, believe it or not, we carry it related to that topic. So if I want to change it, I got to completely change my vibration. I have to really start changing my thoughts. I have to understand where they come from. I have to replan new ones. We have to replan new ones. It's not just saying, okay, yeah, my mom told me that we never have money, so yeah, that's for sure. That's what it is. I just think that way. I think that we all deserve. Got it. No, we have to go deep into that. How? Reading, meditation. I'm telling you, it takes time and effort. That's why most of the people don't make it, because most of the people, the hardest work to do is the work inside. That's it. It takes a lot of, I want to say it nicely, a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to change ourselves. It's the hardest thing to change, because we have to defend, we have to protect ourselves. No, I'm okay, and it's okay. It's we protect it. But we have to realize that there are many things that are there, and they're in depth inside us, and we have to change them. So the more that we grow in network marketing, guess what? We are going to make a better check. Of course, all this, financial barriers, limits, beliefs, those limits that may hold you back. And again, is, do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? How you talk to yourself? How you wake up every morning? What are the things that you listen to? How you program and reprogram your own. Like, how do you, every morning, we have to have harmony. We have to maintain in our finances. It doesn't matter if it's whatever your finances are right now. that part we have to make it circulate. We have to change the energy out. We have to be grateful. We have to align an energy. We have to really start being more abundant in every way. And I know, I'm so sorry, I know it's we try to make the trainings half an hour, maximum an hour. I don't want to take, because this is a topic that it takes it really takes us very deep, and it takes a lot of sessions to do it. One of the things that for example, that we went to India twice to some meditation groups, and we stayed there for a week. The first time was 3 days in silence. Imagine, it was killing. The second time it was much better, and it was a week, and we just listened and meditated, and what things that we were talking, it's about if we see our eyes, how do we see the money coming close to us or not? And how do we feel when that happens? Because there's a lot of people that when money comes, that's no problem, but money leaves right away. Why cannot maintain that? One of the books that I want to recommend you, and I really do, I know the Poor Dad and all those are good, they're great goods, of course, great books, but there is one book for me that really changed my life, and this is the book that I'm going to invite you to read it. Remember, we cannot change everything if we don't do something, things just don't change because we want them. Things change because we work on them. We give them different energy, different thoughts. We manage them different. Nothing is going to change if we're still doing the same. We're not going to try people that join our team if we don't do it in the proper way. We're not going to try people that go to the event if we don't go to the events. We attract exactly what we are. It's the same thing with money. So I'm going to ask you to read that book, and because that book's a little bit more deep that I want to get in today, how everything is there just for us to create it. We just really have to, when we start believing that I am capable to have money, money is there. Why is not for me? Absolutely for me, because God, whoever you believe, wants me to travel, wants me to look at beautiful places, wants me to eat the most delicious food. God wants me to have the best life. So it's going to get me, or whoever you believe. But if you don't believe in that part, you can also say, my energy is going to attract the same energies. Because that's the scientific part to see it. No, I remember one time that I was with a person that was, no, I agree, but I'm not any religion, and I believe that. Okay, so he explained how our energy simply is going to attract the same. One more thing that I gotta tell you: if you want to attract more money and you want to attract better things in your life, you have to get rid of the people that is negative. And I really say, you don't know anything to no one that hurts you. I don't know if I'm doing that right in English, but anybody that hurts us we don't know them anything. No one, if it is your family member or your friend, no one that hurts us in any way deserves to be in our life, because these people are going to take us down. And we have to get rid of that. Remember, we have to be selective in the energy that we have around us. Selective. Just choose people that is going to make you a better people. My father used to say, you have to choose people that is more intelligent than you. I was like, okay, thank you. But he say that, and he say, because you're gonna be, you're the result of the 5 people that you are together. 5 people that is more, because if not, then it's if you get somebody that is not, you just like them. So look for people that you really admire, and that is going to raise you. You have no idea what the energies of other people's makes us lacking. How we hear people talking lack, how we hear people complaining, how we hear people. Get close to people that embrace life. Get close to people that embrace you, that believes that you are capable to have it. And if not, get rid of them. But the first thing is, of course, we have to believe that we're capable to have it. It's an amazing, another book that I like, the high five to the mirror is called in Spanish, but it's something like that. And it's like every morning, and it really works, just look at that and say, why not? I do believe that. We have to make peace with ourselves. We have to really believe that we can do it. That's the first step. We're going to talk more about more financial education in other way to see it. But to me, this is the basics. If I don't believe it, if I don't believe that I deserve it, there's no way I can get it. If I don't believe that my higher power wants me to be rich and happy and abundant and beautiful, how can I get it? And if I don't give that to life, understanding that maybe in the past that I didn't know, and I just reproduced what I knew, right? Because we all do the best. But now it's a time that I can choose, and we can take responsibility of everything that happens I have created. Want it or not, whatever you have financially, want it or not, we have created it. Because there's a lot of people that have a lot of money with the same president, with a similar wife, with the same, I'm talking presidents, I'm not talking politics, I'm just talking because that's a super excuse. Oh, the government took my money, and the government, the inflation, and the rate went up and I lose it. Yeah, but there's a lot of money with the same situation that didn't happen. And there's a lot of money that have gone bankruptcy and go back up. And there's a lot of money that a lot of people that go bankruptcy go back up 3 times. And there's a lot of people that spend a lot of money and always have money. And there's a lot of people that never spend money and they're always poor. There's a lot of people that work very hard and are always poor. And there's a lot of people that don't work very hard, spend a lot of money, and they're always rich. What's the difference? What happened? Are they lucky? Is the lucky the word? Some of them are, of course, absolutely, I'm sure. Some people were born in incredible cribs, that's what we say in Spanish, in incredible crib, that's cool, and that's fine, yeah. But many rich people also start from down and changed. So where are we now? 95% of the population of the world is poor. 95%. Why is that? And I can tell you, most of the people we don't like, of course, there's like opportunities and, they're better and worse, but most of the people, if we understand that we can transform it and we have the courage and the value and really the courage to change us, we will have much, much, much more opportunities to do that. We did. We changed. We studied why we have jobs, Paul and I, and we work a lot. We pay a lot of taxes because we were in the high things, and half of our money was in tax. We never had time. And even though, we have good jobs, we were planning a vacation and nickeling and see if we can buy it or not, and, looking for the best prices. And then we start really understanding what I'm sharing with you. And many other things that I will eventually share, of course, with my passion and my heart and absolutely everything that changed our lives. Again, this is all our experience, right? You'll say, no, that doesn't work, it's perfectly fine. But it's our experience, and I share with most people possible. And I say since the beginning, understand where you come from, understand where you are right now, reconcile with that. Reconcile with that part of your life, but recognize it where it came from, reconcile it, and decide to change it, observing yourself, observing your thoughts, observing your actions, because most of us observe others and criticize others and judge others, right? And we're never guilty, and it's something else. And when you're in the point of saying that I'm responsible of how I react, because people can do whatever they want. But how I react is my responsibility. People can come and scream at me. I'm going to scream back because it's his fault or her fault because she screamed at me? Or it's my responsibility of how I react? I can say, oh my God, that must be a very troubled person, because we all give what we have, in my mind, and say, and don't buy it, don't get engaged, just observe it, keep your distance, keep the distance in that. So what I'm inviting you to do is to take responsibility of where we are right now, accepting that what we learned, it wasn't our fault. It wasn't, it was given to us, but we can change it now. And we have the opportunity to change it. And whatever we created with those bases of thoughts, the base of those thoughts. And now we can change it because we know. And if we don't, then we're just going to be complaining our entire life. But if we change it, then we can do a lot more better. Is that way we say it? Probably not. A lot better, yeah. So anyway, this is a really interesting topic. I really want you to do that exercise that I asked you. Look at yourself in the next 3 days, 4 days. Every time you complain, remember, complaining, is gonna, and we have a phrase in our family that I always say to my kids, my husband and I, that in English, it translates more or less like this: all things work together for good. It's not exactly, but we say the best is always happening, which I know it doesn't make any right translation, but the right, the most similar is that. So when I complain, imagine my energies just go down, 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 down. But if I am grateful and I look abundance in everything, and we're talking about everything, it's start looking at abundance, look at abundance in the ocean, in the trees, like everything. If I start looking in abundance everywhere, what do you think is going to come to my life? If I start looking to lacking everywhere, what do you think I'm going to be experiencing in life? Exactly that. So, we can transform, but we have to start from the inside. Of course, we need a vehicle, which I love it, because I'm telling you, network marketing is the most powerful vehicle, really amazing, because besides that, I always say, the more you grow, the more your check grows. Also, it gives you what you give. It really does. It's when you do this right. I mean, there's all kinds of people in every profession, right? But I'm talking about the right people, right? The people that is truly happy, the people that is truly abundant. I'm not talking about the people, like it's just money or it's just ranks, and then they achieve rank one time and they never do it again. I'm talking about the real clear, professional, cool network marketing. It's because the more we give, the more we give to the profession, the more we help the people. Look, here for you to make money, somebody else has to make money. How powerful is that? Can you imagine? It's just incredible. So this profession is just the beautiful and incredible vehicle to do. Tomorrow, we're going to have a training with Lisa Hill. Lisa is an incredible woman that I love, I respect. It's just, she knows so much. And about many things. She's a public speaker, imagine, of health, but she knows so much about our product. So we're gonna have it tomorrow. We're gonna talk to her at 6 o'clock my time. I'm in Vancouver, so figure out. I think it's 7 o'clock. Arizona and Chicago, I believe, is 8 o'clock. And then Monday, we're going to have the presentation with my dear friend and business partner, Frank Creamrow, who I truly admire. Is also in the health, an incredible network marketer. Has taught us so many things and knows so much, not only about health products, about his personal health, and also about this profession. So he's going to join me to do the business plan on Monday. So invite everybody if possible, but it's going to be super cool. Tuesday, we're going to have another very cool training. Wednesday, also very cool training. And then we're going to go for Christmas. And then we start over next on January 2nd. But we're going to talk a lot about money. I really invite you to look in. Please read. Remember, we cannot change nothing that we don't get new information. Think about this. What you have right now what we have right now, we have created with the elements that we have. So if I have A, B, C, and D, those are the thoughts that I have. And with those, this is what I have for results. With those thoughts, with whatever I have, I cannot create anything else. I cannot create anything else because I don't have anything else. So it's impossible. I don't have anywhere to get it. Is I don't have so for me to grow and create and generate and create my life with something different, I have to know different. I have to add knowledge to my mind, to my heart, to who I am. I have to acquire more elements in able to create more things. That makes sense, right? So I have A, B, C. That's it. If you don't learn, if you don't grow, that's always, we're going to stay there. So I invite you to really be in the trainings. It's a great way to get together, to create a community of people that are learning. If it's one person I give it, I don't, if one person shows up, I speak to that person. I don't have to have an audience. If one person is committed, I'm right there with that person, because we want this team to be everybody successful. We want everybody to get to diamond. And I'm telling you, the people that want to do that with us is going to join us. And the others are going to filter, because everybody filters. Remember, I don't know if you remember your friends when you were kids, and you have that guy that you say, oh my God, how can I be friends with that? We grow and we filter. The people filter. So we're going to attract people like that want something better. That's also why network marketing is so powerful, because we're a group of people that want a better life for our families, and that's super cool. So anyway, I'm almost on time. Thank you so much. I want to see who's there. Frank, hi. I was talking about you. How you doing, Dino? Frank, how you doing? Ready for Monday? Frank, you're there? Okay.
Hey, Geraldine.
Well,
Hey,
thank you. I'm doing very well. Great to
Okay.
see you.
Okay, perfect. Dino's also here.
I know I look better
Stephen,
when my camera's not on. We know that.
okay. Stephen, Connie are my brother, sister, that are from Canada. They're they are our best friends. They're always together. We've been together for so long time, in great things. Thank you for being here. That also, of course, part of Zinzino. Jennifer, how you doing, my beauty? How you doing, Todd? Oh, Todd. Oh, I love Todd.
Great training, Geraldine. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Geraldine, remind them about Thursday. So so Art Jonak has made himself available, and so right now I have 2 people scheduled for 10 a.m. Central, and anyone can join that meeting with Art. But if you have a power hitter, we can get, if the person is a power hitter, we can have an individual meeting. But let's try to use this time wisely. But he's given us the whole day, so just call me and let's leverage him, because for those who have not met met Art, he's just as strong as the CEO and the founder. He brings much value.
Yes, that's right. Yes, so let us know, please, if you have anybody. We have Thursday Art, so let's take advantage. Art is as you know, the president of North America, and just let us know so we can arrange that. And thank you, Connie and Steve. The book name, is The Science of Getting Rich. So get that book, start to reading it today, put it in your night table. It's just fantastic. Perfect. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good stuff, Geraldine.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you, Frank. Oh, thank you. iPhone 3. iPhone 3. Thank you.